Oh, mate.
I'm so glad nobody was filming back then.
Hey, Shawnee, right.
What's happening, right?
How are you, mate? Right? Yeah, you're right. So, Shaun, tell me, are you missing playing football, mate?
Yeah, of course. Always going to miss it. It's something like I loved and dreamed of doing as a kid, but sadly in football, you kind of know the day when it ends does come around very quickly.
You've played for a lot of clubs through your career. Did you have a favourite club that you played for, a favourite time during your career?
I'd have to say it would have to be City. I think playing for them when I was a kid and being able to break through and manage to play a part in the position to where they are now. Like, obviously, it soul's deep in your heart, and it's a team that I support as well. So
so you're still enjoying watching them. Do you think they're going to win the league this season?
I think right now it looks like anybody's league. I don't think Liverpool have been defending the way they did last year or the year before. It'll be interesting. Hopefully, City hit the ground running tomorrow and can pick up some speed.
You played under a few managers as well. Do you have a favourite? Who got the best out of you, would you say?
I'd say Joe Rowe.
Yeah.
I think the way he managed me, obviously, what I did there put me in a position to obviously move around and obviously get my England debut.
To me, you seem like one of the most chilled out footballers going. Like, you're very carefree, you're very easygoing, you're chilled. I can't ever imagine you getting into any scraps in training or any problems. Did that ever occur in your career?
No, not in training, not so much. There's a bad kick, I'll just say, like, what you doing? What the fuck's going on, sort of thing.
What are you doing?
But other than that, I very rarely lose my temper.
Yeah. What does get you go? What does get you wound up?
I just hate people that take advantage of people.
Yeah.
I think that would be something, if I saw it like in front of me, it'd be something that would really get under my skin.
Do you ever suffer from road rage? Does that ever wind you up?
Only if there's like a slow driver in front of me and there's no cars in front of that driver, then I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why aren't you driving? Like, they're just dawdling along at like 24 miles an hour and it's a 30.
I'll tell you what kills me, rudeness. When you hold the door open for someone and they just walk through it.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that does my head. That really gets me. I just hate little things like that. Like, they're just, you know, when you're driving, you let someone through, you just wave them through and they don't thank you. Oh, mate, I'm just like...
Don't you say anything?
I
do, to be fair. I say, well, thank you.
Do you?
And I just carry on with you.
Now, obviously, growing up, you had a famous dad. Your dad's obviously legendary Ian Wright, playing for Arsenal. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, what was your experience with that, growing up with a famous dad?
I wouldn't say it was a bad thing, to be honest with you. It was... The problems that came with it was more around the people that were talking about it. Oh, you got to follow in his footsteps. You got to do this. You got to do that. But I was always brought up to make my own footsteps in life, and it's the same thing I teach my kids or any young kid that asks me for advice. I feel like you build your own pathways, and that's the decisions that you make will be your decisions with the advice of your family and parents. I just was in a lucky position that my dad was pretty good at something I loved doing. So the advice that he gave me helped me as well.
Obviously, there was a lot of pressure on you to be a top player because of your old man. Did that ever get to you? Did you ever struggle mentally? Or did it spur you on to become the player you were?
To be honest, I didn't even think about it.
Did you not?
If I'm totally honest. I was quite good at just letting everybody else do the talking, and I just concentrated on solely playing football and enjoying it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Mate, what was your career highlight?
I think my career highlight would be representing England. As much as you want to play professional football, I wouldn't say it's the easy part, but getting there, if you consistently play well, you will. Someone will notice you, and you will eventually become a professional footballer. With obviously a bit of luck and timing, but to actually represent your country, you have to be consistently good at a certain level to obviously challenge the elite players that are in that squad. So to make that jump and that achievement, I would say that was one of the proudest moments of my career.
How were you feeling the first time you put on that England senior top? Like, when you first went out onto the pitch to play your first international, were you nervous?
I was more nervous my first training session than I was actually going on the pitch.
Were you?
Once I settled in at training, and I kind of had a gist where I was hoping I was going to come on in the Ukraine game, I just said I'm just going to dribble, basically. I'm just going to try and be a nuisance.
Yeah.
and that dribble just happened within like 10 minutes of me being on the pitch, so it kind of planned out perfectly.
Did anyone take you under their wing when you were there? Like when you went into your training, did anyone say, "Look, I've got you, you're right"? Or did you know a lot of the lads anyway and it wasn't like that?
I knew a few of them, but I think Bex was a massive help for me because obviously I was behind him, which isn't the best thing at the time, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was unbelievable, but he was superb for me, especially when he thought I should be playing instead of him. He always gave me the right support, and we always had good chats.
Who were the big characters in the dressing room when you played? Like, who were the pranksters? Who was the ones that you had to watch out for?
Joey Barton. Yeah, Joey Barton, Steve Mack, and Robbie Fowler.
Was it?
They was always up to mischief. They were the biggest ones, I think, for me.
Did you ever get pranked? Did they ever pick on you?
No, I just stayed at the firing line, didn't I?
Why?
Like, didn't really get involved in that because it would just keep going. Like, there's no end to it. I'll play a prank on them, they'll play it back, and then it would just be continuous. So I just tried to avoid it always possible.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Shaun, I know you were the ultimate professional, but did you ever go to any parties whilst playing or after playing? What I want to know is what's the coolest thing you ever went to?
Definitely went to parties. I always had a birthday party, and my birthday was always in October, so that's like in the season.
Yeah.
So, but I did always find the right time to have these parties.
Yeah.
Like, and it would always be the whole team would come, and then we'd just have that would be like a team bonding for me. Get everybody together, you have a laugh, a little bit of pressure relieved off you. You're not thinking about football for a bit, so. I do enjoy dancing, so, you know, it's hard to say that I didn't go out while I was playing.
Did you have to do initiations when you joined the clubs every time? Like, what was your go-to initiation song?
I only had Chelsea dues.
Just Chelsea?
It was a nightmare.
Was it?
I can't sing for shit. They made me do is singing. So I tried to pick the one with the easiest words that I can remember.
Yeah.
Reno actually gave me, like, extended periods. So, like, he'd say, Shaun, you ready? And I'm like, no, boss, I'm not ready yet. So give me, like, an extra 3 days. And so on. Until he got to the point where he said, Shaun, I can't give you any more days. The lads are asking. That I sung John Legend. It was a nightmare.
Was it?
Honestly, the worst. I might as well have just talked.
Oh, mate.
It's like I was just... I'm so glad nobody was filming back then.
What you wanted to do is switch it up for an initiation dance. Then you'd been in your element. You could have thrown some shapes and it would have been all good. But, mate, singing, it's tough. It's tough,
singing,
mate.
I'm out for singing. I can't do it.
Who was decent? Who had a decent voice?
Daniel Sturridge and Micah Richards are really good singers.
Are they?
They think they're a boy band, them two.
So, obviously, you have been to some cool parties. Were you mingling with any, like, big celebs? Who's, like, the biggest number you got on your phone?
I don't.
You're not into it?
You know, when I go out,
yeah,
I like to just have a drink and dance.
Yeah.
Like, I become unsociable.
Do you?
More or less. Yeah, if I'm not with the people I came with, I end up not talking to anybody and I just drink and dance.
Head down.
Yeah.
What?
Can't get myself in trouble that way, can I?
What kind of tunes what's your flavour? What kind of tunes are you into?
I do love my hip hop, but house is...
Yeah.
I like house, especially on a sunny day. House is, like, amazing.
What, you say hip hop, are you talking like old school hip hop?
Yeah, old school hip hop and R&B for me is better. Some of the words they use now, I just don't get it. Like,
yeah.
I can't understand some of it.
Are you a Grime fan, or are you just more...
Yeah, I love Grime.
Yeah.
No, I love Grime. Like, I always support my friends like P Money and Little D.
Yeah.
And Skepta. I like their family friends, so I always support them and I love listening to it. When I go gym or I'm working out, I like to have Grime on.
Now, last question, mate. Obviously, you are a very chilled guy, but what do you do to relax? Like, do you have any hobbies? How do you chill?
Call of Duty.
Is it?
Yeah, I play Xbox Online. I haven't played for a while, but for about a week or 10 days. But normally, I have a 2-hour spell where I'm playing that.
So, do you play with any footballers online, or is it just whoever's on? You just play?
I play sometimes with Ron, with Lukaku.
Yeah.
And Gal Kakuta.
Yeah.
They've played, but most of the times it's just friends. Obviously, I'm my brother.
Oh yeah, of course. How is your brother? Is he alright?
Yeah, he's good, man.
Oh, good stuff. Top man, Shaun. Hey, mate, thanks so much for joining me.
Problems, okay.
You're an absolute legend, mate. Really appreciate it.
Take care.
See you soon, buddy.
Take care, geez.